Today we've actually made a fair amount of gold for the week. However, let's just jump over towards the mailbox and have a look at what we've actually got. Now, things of note are 6 of Chaos, 6 of those for 1,530 gold, as well as a blank card of Repose, 14 of those for 3,274 gold. The Enchant Ring, Accord Versatility, 12 of those for 1,145 gold. And if we scroll down, we have the Horde Firework, 30 of those for 2,219 gold. As well as, the Book of Origination, once again, for 23,752 gold. This little piece of transmog is from one of my videos, when I was doing the daily dungeon runs, and this is from the Halls of Origination. Now I managed to get 2 of these for literally farming up this for an hour, and they've now both sold. For obvious reasons, they've all sold for different prices. I showed a Twitter feed and on the Discord when the first one sold, and now this one has sold for 23,752 gold, so I am quite happy to say the least. Alongside that, the Interdimensional Companion Repository, 86 of those for 4,509 gold, is pretty dang awesome. As well as, we sold the Tainted Waveling for 1,105 gold. Yep, that's an extra 1,000 gold, let's just say that. And then we also sold the Interdimensional Companion Repository once again, 26 of those for 3,685 gold. So not too bad. The first mailbox cleanout is 54,000 gold. So what we'll do now is we shall pull in all of this gold. So let's just grab it all, and then we can see what our last 23 mails will be once we've gathered all of that in. Hopefully we've done better than last week. If we go over towards my trusty calculator, we can have a nice little gander and just add the 54,033 gold into that, and then we can just add that on in a second. That being said, go back in towards our mailbox and we have another 13,271 gold. Items of note is the Tome of Illusion Outland, which is a craft from Enchanting for 1,900 gold, along with the other ones, which is the Tinker Shadow Flame Rockets, 2,849 gold for that, as well as a Wand of Arcane Potency for 3,712 gold, and a Laystone Greaves of the Aurora, 1,092 gold, equaling in 13,271 gold, so 13,271 gold. Add that together and that gives us a nice grand total of 67,304 gold. Not too bad to say so myself, so let's just pull in all of that gold right there, and we're going to be a little bit lower than what we did last week. This is because we did some reinvestments for this week, and our total gold at this moment in time is a healthy 870,000 gold in total. So not bad. Technically the total gold is 878,107 gold, because we've got loads of gold literally everywhere on all of our characters. That being said, if we have a look at all of this, we can have a nice little gander at what else I've actually been doing. Now for everything, if we just type into Darkmoon, the Darkmoon Faire is up, and what I did was I grabbed my selected group on that, so Darkmoon. I basically grabbed all of my characters who can do the Darkmoon Faire and bought all of the Darkmoon Faire quest items. Now, I bought all of the Darkmoon Faire quest items. I created a nice little group for this, and it is the Darkmoon Faire, and we've got all of those that we just needed to do on our shopping and then buy them. And then I just relisted them on the auction house for the replicas. Now, these replicas totaled in 1.1 million's worth of value, which is now on the auction house. I picked some of the ones that really do sell a little bit better than most of the others, so hopefully we don't have to wait that long for sales, and we're just going to keep rinsing and repeating that process every single month. So in total, I spent around about 30,000 odd gold on a load of these little nits and bits for the quest items, and we got 1 million gold's worth of value from that, so that's a nice little investment right there. Basically, if I sell any of these, looking at them, then we will have broken even on the quest item. So I just need one of these to sell in order to get my money back, and maybe a little bit more. So not too bad, if I say so myself. That being said, I have been doing more Gnomrigan, so let's just click that and wait for the frame rates to drop for just 2 seconds, because I have so much data being loaded on the recorder at this moment in time for worth it to record all of the data. We are on hour 26 of our little lovely hunt for the Hotshot Pilot gloves, and we have a total value added onto our auction house now of 887,000 gold and a 897,000 in total value. That being said, if we actually open up the edit mode, it will freeze frame the thing again, because this is hour 26 and the recorder is really will thingy for that, because there is totally tons of different blue items that we actually got from this. I am up to literally the Gizmotron Mega Chopper, 7 of them now on the auction house, and they go for 69,000 gold each, so we're going to be pretty good for those items quite a lot. So going for that high ticket item of the Hotshot Pilot gloves, I really am surprised that it hasn't dropped yet, but I'm going to keep going until we've got them, because that is something that is the target goal. I'm going to keep doing this until I get those gloves, because they are worth 3 million gold and they actually sell pretty good as well. That being said, with everything, obviously last week I didn't think I would be able to get many runs in for gold making. However, I have just come back from my stag, and yeah, it did not disappoint, because the lads took me to make a sword. I really thought that they would take me like rock climbing or something, where I really don't like heights or anything to that effect. And however, it turns out they took me to forge my own sword in, yeah. So we spent the entire day creating a sword from scratch, and oh my god, that was so cool. I literally was doing blacksmithing with everyone. It actually worked out quite well. And aside from that, the funnest thing was the bloke who was instructing us, I believe his name was Ben. He basically knew the Worth It logo, and he knew what the add-on does and everything. I was just wearing the Worth It t-shirt while I was doing this, like forging the sword. And he knew Worth It, and we ended up talking about how to make Mancrick's sword from WoW, and then we were discussing like some of the impracticalities of some of the swords and then all that. So proper nerd out. It was absolutely awesome, and overall this is my reaction of when I was given my sword.
Wow.
So fucking cool. So yeah, I now have a sword. This is so cool. And this is known as a bastard sword, is the one that I created. Obviously we left a load of the hammer marks in the blade and everything, and it kind of looks like a meteor, like forged from a meteor or something to that effect. So I now have a bastard sword before my wedding, and we actually talked about this, and I was like, we should probably cut the wedding cake in everything. Cut the wedding cake with the sword. And my other half, well, she was quite happy with the idea of that. Yeah, I just got to keep it oiled and everything else, and varnish up the handle. Alongside that, could not be happier. The boys really did come through on the stag do, as well as all the other stuff that happens on a stag. But at the end of the day, I now got a sword. And to coincide with that, I also named it, because at the end of the day, having a sword, you kind of got to name your sword. So based on my world of Void, which I'm still building, and building the main game on the other channel and everything else, along with the books and all that stuff, there was like this thing called the Quilnari Empire, and I decided to name this after the Quilnari Empire and just call it 𝐆𝐀𝐌𝐄 𝐕𝐨𝐢𝐝. and it kind of sounds like 𝐆𝐀𝐌𝐄 from WoW. However, this is 𝐆𝐀𝐌𝐄, and it's mine. So could not be happy with all of that. Absolutely awesome. So to summarize, perfect stag, amazing. It was all basically Lord of the Rings based. So yeah. Along with that, with you guys on the Patreon, please go to the Patreon if you're on the Patreon, because I'm doing a full run guide of Gnomeregan and how I like to farm it, as I do hour 27 with you guys in just a second. So you can hop over there and check that out if you want. Other than that, have an awesome one, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.